Please welcome with a round of applause our featured performer today, Carlos Sawyer.
Oh, Carlos.
Hey. It is an honor to perform for you and my CC friends at the Contra community. And welcome to my home. Before we even begin, I want you to find 12 playing cards from a deck. It could be any 12 cards, and it doesn't matter the value of those cards. What matters is the quantity. Because halfway through my show, we will be doing an interactive piece of magic. Understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, my name is Juan Carlos. This is my home. And a little bit about me is that I'm sort of eccentric. And maybe it's because I'm surrounded by eccentric magicians like Houdini or like Bellini. But I actually think it's because I'm an only child. That meant that I lived my life mostly alone growing up. I was very introspective. In fact, if you ask my mom if I have any brothers or sisters, she will say, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. And you've seen no one. In fact, I want to start things off with a little game. I love playing games, and I want you all to help me. I have a prediction in this envelope. If we were at the castle and at the cellar, where I usually perform, I would be having music being played right now. And this envelope would be passed from person to person. I would turn my back, and I would hit the music in to stop. And a person would be picked. But because we're not at the cellar of the castle, or in my living room, and you're there, John, I want you to pick somebody for me.
I was muted.
You're muted, John.
You're muted.
Oh, he's always picked up.
I picked Terry.
Terry?
Hi.
Hi, Terry. Welcome, Terry. We're going to play a game. I have piles in front of me. I want you to remember my words right now. There are choices from my left to my right. It's not going to be your left or your right, but it's my left and my right. I don't want magicians to accuse me of wordplay, okay? This is going to be a real fair procedure. And this envelope will be in full view. No switching happening, okay? If you were here, I would give you this wand. But I'm going to pass this wand in front of the piles. And when you feel the urge, I just want you to say, stop. And I will drop the pile.
Stop.
Right here.
Yes.
All right. I'm also going to give you a chance to change your mind if you want.
I'm happy.
And I'm happy that you're happy. And I'm quite surprised in that. Because, as I said in the beginning, this starts from my left to my right. I made that very clear. We have here the first pile to my left, right? The first pile. We have the second pile. And we have the third pile. You, Terry, did not pick the first pile. You did not pick the second pile. But you picked the third pile. I even told you to change your mind if you wanted to. And you said no. Well, let's see what I predicted. You'll see that there's only one thing in this envelope. And I knew that you would pick the third pile.
Hey, very good.
Well, whenever I do that, I know the outcome. I know what people are going to choose, but I don't know who we're going to pick. And that always does give me a sense of astonishment. The sort of astonishment that I had when I was 17 years old. It's when I first saw real good close-up magic. I saw a gentleman do something with coins. And that was when I got bit by the magic bug. And I want to share with you that piece of magic. Would you like to see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Great.
Mhm.
Ah.
Mm.
Pretty.
Nice.
How many is that, John?
5?
Matter.
Oh, nice.
Pretty.
Very nice.
Well, it comes to that point of the show where I've asked you to take out 12 playing cards. Make sure that you take those cards out now. You still have a moment to find them. Now, here's the thing. I'm a real believer in magic. And the long, short story of my life is that I used to not live in LA. I used to live in Northern California, and I had a dream. I wanted to one day live close to the castle, my favorite place. And I'm here now. So I really do believe in miracles. I really do believe in magic. And does everyone have their 12 cards?
Yes.
Yep.
Got 'em.
Make sure they're 12. That's important. And what is so critical is that we are one and the same. I really believe there's another type of magic that could either be good or evil, but it's the magic that things that are far away can still affect us. You watch the TV, you hear about the news, someplace in the world, right? But it still affects us here. Well, what I hope right now is that what I do now will affect you there at home. Take out your 12 cards. And it's really important right now that on the count of 1, we all breathe together. Here we go. Take a deep breath in. 1. Breathe out. 2. One more time. Take a deep breath in. 1. Breathe out. 2. And last, one more time. Keep the cards really nice and neat in your hand. We're going to make 2 piles. And I want you to count along with me. Don't go too fast and don't go too slow. 1 card at a time. Starting now. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Stop what you're doing. Don't do anything. Make everything nice and neat. John.
Yes.
If you deal 6 cards down, how many would that leave in your hand?
6.
Great. I want everyone to do this. Take the top card. And I want you to say 1 and put it on the bottom. 1. Next card, 2. Put that on the bottom. 1 more. Say 3. Now.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's not me.
Froze.
No, this is part of the method. I know it.
Elephant is being loaded right now.
Look,
Now,
the
take
Malini
the next card, turn it upside down, and put the bottom of the floor. Everyone, don't do anything.
Carlos,
Just keep your.
you froze for a minute there.
I froze.
You froze.
On card
Can you see me
three.
now?
On card
Can we
three.
start,
Card three.
can we start with the second file again?
Oh, okay. Let me start over. All right. So I'll start backwards. 1, 2, and then 3. Right? Everyone's on 3.
Yes.
Take the top card, turn it upside down, put it on the bottom, and say 4.
4.
Great. Do it one more time. Turn over the next card, put it on the bottom, and say 5.
5.
Great. Do it one more time, and put it on the bottom, and say 6.
6.
Great. Now stop what you're doing, and just let me do the magic. I will take a card face down from my 6, and I will lay it on the bottom. And what that leaves me is with 2 face down cards and 3 face up cards. But because the magic is strong here, you will find that that affected you. Yes, I want you to look at the cards that you're holding in your hand. You will see that you also have 3 face up cards and 2 face down cards, giving you a total of 5 cards, not 6. Do you see that?
Yes.
You're probably wondering what happened to the other card, right? Look at the cards that you dealt. You dealt 6 earlier. Now you have an extra card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Real miracle. Some of you want to know, can the boy do magic with cards?
No.
No, he can't. No. I will. In fact, Houdini himself inspires me to do a fabulous trick. He is the king of cards. And here I have a deck of cards. I would like someone to help me. Michael, are you in the back? Can you help me? Michael Sprout?
Let me unmute. Yep, there we go. I'm good.
You're there?
Yep, I'm here.
Great. You're going to help me out, Michael. What I want you to do, let's see what we're going to do here. Give him a shuffle. Michael, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
I'm going to have you make a choice. You're going to pick a card. Since we're doing the kings, what's it going to be? A black king or a red king?
Let's do a black king.
A black king, really? Okay, we can do that. I will invoke Houdini himself. The King of Hearts. I will ask you to tell me when to stop, and I will stop and cut the cards where you tell me.
Stop.
Right here? Right there. You said black king. Let's see how we did. 1 black king. Now, that is the first black king. There is another king that we need to find. Oh, and I think we have it right here. King of Spades. Very good. And because I'm so inspired and motivated, I think me and Houdini could find the red kings. But we will do it dramatically. I will go through the cards and find them both at the same time. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. And because, Michael, you like those black kings, I found them again.
Yeah.
But if these are the black kings, then what are these?
Got to be the red ones.
Whoa.
Yes.
Nice.
Good one. Excellent.
You know, anytime I do this, people are skeptics. They really want to make sure that with everything that I'm saying I'm playing with. Here we go. I want you to see that there are no other kings in the deck. Right? There's not. And you know why that is? Because there are no other kings, only these.
Right.
And I also want you to see with your own eyes that the kings are going someplace in the middle, and that I'm shuffling the cards. Now, some magicians might think, yo, those kings, you have access to them. They're on the bottom of the deck. And no, they're not. Or, hey, maybe they're on the top of the deck. And no, they're not. In fact, I have no clue where those kings are at. But I will find the first king, the king of clubs, with a magic spell. A magic spell that's so powerful that some of you will feel nausea and vomiting. Hey, here we go. The king of clubs. The king of clubs. The king of clubs. K-I-N-G spells king. It's really just a spell, folks. C-L-U-B-S spells clubs.
Yay.
Whoa.
The next one. Yeah, it's that moment for the next one, which I will find in the middle of the deck. That took me a long time to practice, folks. Anyways,
Oh, beautiful.
good day. Done.
Nice.
Chris Canfield, are you there?
I'm here.
Chris,
Carlos. Juan Carlos.
you, sir, are magical. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Right here.
Perfect.
Will it be the king of hearts or the king of spades?
Let's go with the King of Hearts.
Sorry. King of spades. But the truth is, finding a heart in LA is very difficult. I should know. I'm sorry. But I will find the heart. This one is someplace in the middle. Boom. And like that. Weedham and Wheat. King of...
Oh,
No.
Well, like I said, well, that's kind of embarrassing. Well, life is a game. And when it's a game, you should play along. 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is the 8th card.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes.
great.
Well, one thing I like to do with the kings, if I was here, and if we were together, I would invoke the spirit of Houdini himself. I'm going to tell you something about Houdini. The man was not really the king of cards. He was an escapologist. He dabbled a little bit with cards. That's the truth of the matter. We all know Vernon was really the king of cards. But I feel like maybe in a parallel universe, maybe Houdini dabbled in escapology, but he was really the card guy. And if he was really a card guy and the king of cards, his power would extend beyond his death. This month marks, Houdini's anniversary of his death. And so I believe I'm going to reach out to Houdini to help us out. John, will you help me?
Sure.
John, I want you to tell me when to stop anytime.
Stop anytime.
Okay. Look at that card, whatever it is. Do you
Okay.
see it?
I
Got
do.
it?
Yeah.
Great. Make sure you commit that to memory, okay? In your mind, I want you to pretend that you can send that card, not to me, but to Houdini here. And I want you to tell him what that card is from your mind to his mind, and he will tell it to me. Really, really focus, John. 3 of spades.
That's it.
Not only that, Houdini himself knew and found your card.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you for never disappointing me. Anyways, thank you, everyone. That's my magic show, and I hope.
Thanks, Carlos.
Great.
Well done.
That
Good
was
job,
fun,
Carlos.
Great.
Yes.
So you live in LA. Where were you before LA?
I lived in Northern California, north of Sacramento, in a small town called Oroville. I usually tell people Chico, California, though. And Chico is my other home. I went to Chico State. But yeah, I moved here about a year and a half ago. Because the other thing that's a part of my life is being a nurse practitioner.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I got
Service.
a program, a residency program here. Now, the funny thing is, I applied for a residency in the Bay Area and got rejected.
Oh.
And that was devastating. But I also applied for LA, and they accepted me. And that was actually the thing that was the most happiest, because I love LA and I love being close to the castle. And I really believe in the words that I say, that if you really believe something and you can imagine it, you can really manifest it in your own life. And so I'm really thankful to be here.
All right, real quick, what's the difference between a nurse and a nurse practitioner?
Bless you. Well, so the difference is, in the old days, we used to have just MDs, right? That would order, test, diagnose medical conditions, write prescriptions. But today we have other people like myself that basically get to do the same thing. So a nurse follows the orders, right? A nurse will carry out the doctor's orders. Oh, please give this person a intramuscular shot for an antibiotic, whatever, right? But a nurse practitioner, what I get to do is I get to actually use my brain, and I mean, they're using their brain too, in a different capacity. We let nurses and MAs focus on the delivery of medicine, and we have to figure out like what, as a nurse practitioner, I have to figure out like what this person has. And it's kind of scary because I'm a new nurse practitioner, and I do feel very comfortable managing hypertension, diabetes. But then there's some weird things that come into the clinic that I have no clue for.
Sure.
And it's a lot like magic, right? Where we're doing miracles for people. And then sometimes we don't maybe have the right setup available, and like, oh, the show must go on, right? We have to do our best to bring people to our reality. And in medicine, people have to trust you, and you use all your resources to help them. And but I work in South Central LA, and I see it's there.
At a hospital, a clinic?
A clinic called Kedron, and I have patients that are schizophrenic. I have patients that have multiple different diseases, and that's because when you're economically depressed, you don't have money to buy medications typically, and things spiral, right? Also, we don't have a lot of money. The foods that you might have access to are not the best. So people don't eat healthy, right? And so I really serve a needy population, but I'm really grateful to serve them.
That's have you ever used magic at work, or would it be too time consuming taking out of your schedule?
Oh no, I always try to do that for, especially for kids.
Yeah.
I like to do that because I find that most people, when they come to a clinic, they have their own preconceptions, they have their fears, and I want to destroy those fears to get to helping them out. Great. And I think it connects to people at all levels.
Carlos, did you say you were in Porterville?
Yeah, that was my hometown, Oroville.
were you aware that that's where Charlotte Pendragon and Randy are living?
When did this happen?
They've been there for, oh gosh, about 8 years, 10 years.
Oroville, California?
Yeah.
Wow, they must be up in the boonies or something. I know that. That is so cool.
Yeah, right on the outskirts.
Wow. Well, that makes sense why I did see them perform at one of the casinos there once.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me.
Small world.
More often, see if I can find them. Say hi.
Yeah.
How long have you been a member of the CC clan?
Oh man, it's been forever. Aaron Fisher has been a mentor of mine, and I picked up his a lot of the paper engine amongst many other resources, and I love the CC community, and went to the summit before the pandemic, and I love all those guys. I miss them a lot.
So how far do you live from the castle? How long drive is it?
14-minute drive on a good.
Oh boy.
Cool, very nice.
And then 90 minutes on a bad day.
Well, when the Hollywood Bowl is going on, or some marathon, an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. A quick word of advice. The Sunday after Thanksgiving, don't bother going.
Okay.
They have the Christmas Lane Parade and they close Hollywood, period.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Unless you want to see all that.
Yeah. Unless
So where do you live in?
Got to sleep over.
I live in Los Feliz.
Oh yeah, so you're like I live in Hollywood. I live just a little east of you, a little west of you. I live off the Gelsons on Franklin.
Oh yes,
I live like a mile north of that into that. Yes.
All right. Keep a lookout for me.
Yeah, well.
So Carlos, question.
3 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
3 years ago, I went down on that Sunday after Thanksgiving, and the only parking was at the Magic Castle. So I had dinner at the castle, walked down to the parade, which they stage right there on Orange, and visited with, Ed Lorenzo for a while at the parade, took a bunch of pictures, and then went back up to the castle.
Perfect. You're the best dressed person at the parade.
That's a big.
that would be easy to do.
Yes. Not a high bar to exceed.
Yeah, not a high bar at all.
Any other questions for Carlos before we let him escape to his?
Yeah, I have
job?
a question. Carlos, so how did you juggle studying and learning magic with studying and delving deeper and deeper into a career as a nurse practitioner? Because I know that takes a bit of juggling.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you. I'm still trying to figure that out. I have a lot of thoughts about that sometimes. Sometimes I'll see a patient and they'll be like, I got this rash. What do you think it is? And I'm like, I don't know, but you want to see a card trick? The truth is, I try to balance both, and I've been learning time management. I have to spend. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna spend 2 hours today on something medical, and I focus on the system. Like, okay, the GI today, 2 hours GI stuff. Oh, you got some acid reflux type of thing going on. Let's check for H. pylori, stuff like that, right? And then it's like, all right, let me did my 2 hours. Let me spend 4 hours on Ed Marlowe's revolutionary coin magic or card magic, right? And so that's how I do it, really. I sort of let myself kind of guide myself to just spending, I'm going to spend some time here and spend time here. And I try to juggle both.
That's a great answer. Thanks for that, Carlos.
It counterbalances.
That was Fabian, right? That was.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was me.
All right, good. I'm glad you joined us today.
Yes.
Happy to be joined.
So how long have you been practicing? You been doing magic?
26 years, approximately.
You started when you were 2?
Yeah, roughly. I'm 43 now, maybe roughly 16, 17. Imagine comes in waves, right? So actually, when I was really young, maybe 7 months, no, not 7 months, but 7 years old, I stumbled upon my dad's. He had I'm sure your dad's always had like this little box that had receipts in it, but had little gag things like rubber poop or that. But he had something like that, and then he had like trick cards in there, and I thought that was really interesting. It was a stripper deck, right? The ones that you can feel and pull out.
Yeah.
And there were some little magnet toys he had in there, and there was a stethoscope. So that was very interesting. Magic and medicine were represented in that little box, that little tin. And then maybe when I was 13, my aunt gave me a Houdini magic kit, but that was a little bit for older kids, and it didn't register. And then I remember in 6th grade, I did a little mentalist thing, a magic show, just a 1-act thing with people writing. I forgot, they were writing something and then putting it in a cardboard box. And then I pulled out and made a prediction. But it wasn't until my friend in high school, his name is Steven, he showed me actually a coin effect. It was a spellbound. And that's when I really did get bit by the magic bug. I'm like, I need to learn this. And then I found a teacher who taught me personally, a guy named Vic. And then I just grabbed resources. I did my first show for the public in my senior year. It was for a high school. They paid me $50, and I used that same money to see David Copperfield. Cool. Because he was performing in Reading. And that taught me a big lesson about magic. You don't make any money magic. It always more magic and enjoying it. And then so I've been a magician ever since.
Good. Carlos, what do you prescribe for rubber poop?
Oh,
good question. Good question.
Leperamide. That's great for that.
I was going to say rubber gloves.
Oh, yeah.
That's to clean it up.
Especially on Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, this discussion is going into the toilet. Well, thank you so much, Carlos. Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing some of your magic with us.
Carlos.
I really appreciate it.
Thank
Again,
you.
for those who joined late, the next few weeks, next week will be Matt Baker. Jordan Mindbender will be on the 28th. Michael Dardon will be on the 4th. George Madrid will be on the 11th. And Dennis Tick will be on the 18th. And then we're going to take a little break until the beginning of the year, where I will then ask some of the favorite performers who have new material that have done past weeks to come back. It's getting too hard to find magicians every week. So anyway, that's the plan. I hope to see you all next week. Have a wonderful weekend.
Excellent.
John.
You too, guys.
Thanks, John.
And as Jack Goldfinger would say,
Chris. Thank you, John.
Hey guys.
Have a great weekend.
and we'll be watching, Chris.
Oh, thank you guys.